Hi everybody, this is Cheryl Echevarria from Echevarria Travel, and I also have with me Nelson. Say hello, dear.
Hi, everybody.
Nelson will be taking your questions and letting me know who's online so that way I can, talk to you as well. Don't be ashamed, don't be bashful. That's what Facebook Book Live is for. Uh, Today is June 25th, 2019, and I'm going to be talking about today accessible travel. But before I do that, I want to give you some updates about that new special out of Walt Disney World that I was mentioning about preschool families. And I'm going to read it to you so that way you get the full information. And you can also contact me for more by going to 407-910-6469 at ChevarriaTravel.com, or even messaging us here on Facebook. We'll be glad to answer your questions. So, that new preschooler package at Walt Disney World is for specific dates, and it's for at a specific resort at Walt Disney World. And it's for a family of three. It starts at $999, and it includes 3 days, 2 nights, and you have one park ticket to the Magic Kingdom and one park ticket to Animal Kingdom. It also includes all your transportation to and from the airport, all the free transportation at Walt Disney World. You also get a voucher for a stroller, so you don't have to pay for your stroller. And the date that you can book this for, you can start booking today through September 24th, 2019. And it's from dates Sunday through Wednesdays only. Family of three, 2 adults and 1 child. If you have more than 1 child, we can accommodate you. And it's also only at Disney All-Star Resort. So you don't have a choice in which resort you're going to, but that is the package. Again, it's only for a limited time. It's a special offer. So give us a call at 407-910-6469 or reservations at echevariatravel.com, and we'll be glad to help you with this special offer or any of the magical offers at Walt Disney World, Disneyland, or any worldwide destination. Make sure you're with us on Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to be announcing our escorted tour of the Grand Canyon and National Parks for 2020, so you don't want to miss that. And that's for any U.S. citizen within the United States. And we'll have more information there, so don't forget to come in, say hello, find out more about this. And remember, this is going to be reposted on all our Facebook and social media, and also Echevarria Travel website. So, moving on. One of the reasons Nelson and I went into the travel industry back in 2008, and we're celebrating almost 11 years. Can you believe it, Nelson? 11 years in travel. One of the specialties and niches that we do is accessible travel, whether that is if you're have mobility issues, which you need a wheelchair or a scooter, whether you're blind, I'm legally blind, deaf. There's many accessible ways to get around Walt Disney World. I think they're the best in the business, but we also can help you with your airfare, traveling with a service animal, renting you oxygen, wheelchairs, scooters. We also offer special needs travel, which is if you have food allergies, religious dietary needs, LGBTQ community. There's so many things going on, autism, things that people don't think about when they're traveling and they need help with. So we ask you the questions. They may be a little sensitive, but hey, we want you to have the best travel experience that you can do. One thing we do not do is we do not hire out somebody to travel with you. So if you're not comfortable traveling alone, we highly recommend you go with a family member. I travel with my husband all the time, not because I have to, which I don't, but because he's my partner and I love traveling with Nelson. So if you have specific questions or just want to say hello, Nelson, do we have anybody online?
Not yet.
Okay, well, don't forget to come in and say hello. Okay, as I was stating, back in 2001, I became disabled due to type 1 diabetes. And what I want to start at first is when you're planning any travel, know your limitations. Here in Florida, right now, it's 100 and what now? It's 109 degrees outside. And being diabetic or being on heart medication or any kind of medications, you really got to plan out your day, and that's what we could help you do. Recommend, plenty of water. If you can't go out at 12 o'clock, go out early, go out in the evening, so that way you're not worn out. Make sure you have plenty of water. You're taking your medication. Again, knowing your limitations is about planning your travel experience. With Walt Disney World specifically, which pertains to Disneyland as well, but we're very proficient, especially living only 10 miles away from the Walt Disney World theme park resorts. Please remember, Walt Disney World is twice the size of Manhattan Island, which is 47 square miles long. It's 4 theme parks, 2 water parks, 26 resorts, and their shopping and dining district, which is Disney Springs. It sounds like a lot, but again, planning what you want to do and when you go is a big part of accessible travel. Now, when you enter the parks, if you're staying on property, for somebody that has trouble standing in line or needs an accessible guide, especially for those that are deaf or blind, well, all the 4 theme parks has a handheld device that has closed captioning for the deaf, and it has audio description for the blind. So what you would do is once you enter the park, is you go to guest services and you ask for the handheld device that specifically pertains to you. Do not leave guest services until you check out the device. Sometimes, it's not set properly. Make sure it's for audio and not closed caption or vice versa. That way you make sure you're on the right system, because it does work by satellite throughout the park, and you don't have to worry about just holding it in your hand. It does come with a lanyard on it, and the other thing is it's $25. That $25 is to hold it in case you lose it or whatever, and then when you leave the park you get your money back. So I just want to state that. The other thing is, at guest services, if you are, again, somebody that needs the services with mobility or accessibility, you won't be able to use the fast passes. What I'm going to suggest is you get the guest services card, which gives you a time to go to your ride with your friends, with your family. Nobody's going to be left out. So that way you're not standing in line. You go over to the line or to the ride you're going to, you give them the pass, and then you could get on. You may still have a little bit of a wait because there's other people there as well, but you'll go to the head of the fast pass line and be able to get in. Now what this does is, again, if you're blind, it'll have the description of the ride as a CC description, audio description, and with somebody that's blind, it's very, very descriptive. So I have actually used it Back in 2013, I took a group of blind people. We had a tour of Walt Disney World. We tested out this handheld device. And just like if you're, using your own cell phone, you may have little outages here and there if it's a dead zone. But we were on The Little Mermaid. We were on Peter Pan's ride. We were on the Winnie the Pooh ride. And we were on Haunted Mansion. And all these rides had very descriptive what's on the wall, Ursula singing, what's in the room of the Haunted Mansion. It'll say the ghosts are dancing around, and, when you get to that particular location, it will describe it for you. What it won't do is it won't tell you where the bathroom is. It won't tell you, you're on Main Street, and approximately to the right you have your ladies' room. When you walk by a shop or a restaurant, it'll say the name of the restaurant, but it won't give you step-by-step GPS settings. So they are continuously working on this, and you can also set it for different languages as well. It's not just English. So again, when you're at guest services, make sure you put it to your specific language as well. So if you speak French, Spanish, whatever it is, they can put it into that system for you. Again, the parks are very big. It's always going to be crowded no matter what. So you want to make sure that if you're with people that you stay together and all that. This is for anybody. I'm not just saying people with disabilities, but there's no slow season any longer at the parks. It is a little less crowded when the kids are in school, but at the same time, people go from all over the world, different times of year. It's the number one family destination for the last 15 years here in the U.S. So we have people from all over the world traveling to Walt Disney World, to Florida in general, and so much more. So, and other things with accessibility, if you use a service animal or guide dog, they are welcome there. There are specific areas for your doggy to go relieve themselves, and you can find that out. Just don't go anywhere. There are areas inside the park. You don't have to leave the park to take the dog with you. I have a retired guide dog, so I've been there many times, and Max has been on the rides. Like at any theme park, they highly tell you do not go on the roller coaster rides with your guide dog, with your service animal. They do have crates there that you can leave the dog, so that way at the end of the ride you can pick the dog up, which is usually the starting point as well. They'll open a crate for you, you gotta request it, and the dog could go in, so that way nobody's left out of the ride. There are descriptive menus at the resorts and at the theme parks at Disney Springs. Also online through the Walt Disney World app or My Disney Experience app for those planning their trips. The app is very accessible, so you could actually bring up the menus. You could see what it is on there and decide whether or not you want to eat at that restaurant. Pertaining to the restaurants, you do need to make a reservation 180 days prior to going. So that's some of the services we offer you, is planning your fast passes, planning your dining reservations, and so much more. If you need maps of the resorts before you get there, we'll do that for you. If you want to send out a hat, we could definitely go down to the Magic Kingdom for you and get you a hat and get it monogrammed and t-shirts and all that stuff. So those are the things we offer as a real travel agent versus doing it online. And even booking direct. A lot of the reservationists, even though they're great, even us travel agents know more than they are, because some are new, some don't know the exact places at the park. They know because they're reading from a script or from a map. Nelson and I are down there all the time, so if there's something specific you want us to see and show you, we'll definitely do that for you. We're coming to the end of our session, but I'm going to be on for a few minutes doing Q&A, so if you have questions, you have concerns, now's your time to speak with us. Or it doesn't have to be about Walt Disney World, it could be about any destination you may have. So let me know. Nelson, you want to add anything?
Well, thank you for tuning in and listening to us as professionals. We are willing to answer all your questions, and don't forget, when you call us, we give you free time to talk. Just give us an appointment, timing, date, and we will take care of you. But thank you for listening to us. God bless you.
So I was mentioning, today is in here Kissimmee. We're about 11 miles from the main entrance of Walt Disney World, and we're waiting. We're hoping to get one of those previews to see the new Star Wars Galaxy Edge. So as soon as we have that announcement, we'll be letting you know. We'll be doing a Facebook Live from Disney Hollywood Studios when that comes out. And a little update about me talking about the Good Neighbor hotels that you could also stay at for Walt Disney World resorts. I got a contact from Wyndham Buena Vista Lakes Resort and Hotel, and I've been invited down to do a site inspection there. So as soon as we get more information, I will be doing a Facebook Live with them and showing you the rooms, and possibly doing a character brunch there, because they do character dining there as well. Mentioning about the Good Neighbor resorts, in the past, and you could not stay at a local resort outside of Walt Disney World theme parks and get the extra magic hours either early in the morning or later night, or transportation. Now these resorts have special packages starting in 2020, so start booking now for the 50th anniversary of Walt Disney World. I can't believe 50 years anniversary. I was only 2, but my first trip to Walt Disney World was in 1976, and I went with my sister, my mother, my father, and my grandfather. I think that was one of the best vacations in my whole entire life. And don't forget, we do family reunions, we do group travel. So if you're thinking about it, now is the time to start planning, because like you said, Walt Disney World's the #1 family destination. So we're coming to an end. We look forward to you. Even after we're done here, you can post your questions and concerns and we'll answer them. Cheryl Echevarria, Echevarria Travel. We'll see you Thursday at 1 p.m. Tell your friends and family, and God bless and have a great day.